Hey guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening wrap. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will head straight over to those charts. So a bit of a wild day. Well, not just for Bitcoin. For the gold and silver markets, stock markets, a bit of volatility too. Oil markets also, forex markets. I think that's basically all the markets. And then what we had Jerome Powell talking, I think at Jackson Hole, basically having a little speech about how the Fed is going to let inflation run hot and just keep printing just basically forever. Because that's all you can do when you are when your currency is basically going down the drain. But yeah, so as you can see, we initially got this big spike up. Well, this wasn't just in Bitcoin. This was in stock markets, and gold and silver had a big spike up. And then that did proceed to get slammed down. So a nice bit of wick action there. I mean, obviously in cryptocurrency, we're used to this. I don't think they was used to it in normal markets, but hey, it happens sometimes. As you can see though, well, we didn't take out. We're still getting supported by this 11,000 area. So 11,000 is clearly an area that people are looking to buy. And longer term indicators, longer term momentum indicators, weekly and monthlies are definitely bullish. So I mean, people that haven't got to buy up here, yeah, they probably are considering buying at around 11,000, and then they'll probably buy lower and buy lower again. So there is a certain level of support at these levels, based on the fact that you would probably guess we're in an uptrend. Well, probably guess. I mean, just looking at the longer term time frames, we are clearly in an uptrend. So when you get a dip down here, even if that's not where you're buying all your position, it's probably where you'd buy some of your position, even if you're waiting for lower prices. But yeah, that seems to be what's happening here. Obviously, we took out that high, albeit very briefly. In fact, we actually got up to 11,600. So we took out this high here. We took out the level, the line, the horizontal as well, which is basically at the level of here anyway. And yeah, we had a nice rally up, but that was a very short-lived. Where do we go from here? I mean, we flushed out the short time frame order books are both above and below, so we are free to move however we want to go. All I would say, looking at major markets, stock market still looking okay. Gold and silver market still looking there or thereabouts where they were before all the wildness. So again, I think it is a case of waiting for them to move in much the same way Bitcoin had this move up when the major markets moved up today. We'll have to wait for some direction from them, and the trend for them is all up again as well. So this is what I mean. The longer time frame trend is basically up in everything apart from the dollar. Yeah, so that's kind of what we are looking at here. We obviously know we've got this bi-weekly 9 candle, as you can see, a very bearish looking candle, especially compared to the previous ones that we've had. If we'll have a look through some other time frames, see if any other TDs pop up. Yeah, a 9 here on the 5-day. But we sold off before it. A 9 there on the 3-day, roughly at that. Where did this candle top out at? About 12,000. 2-day, yeah, I mean, you can see the market was getting toppy. TD9's on a lot of larger time frames. So yeah, you can kind of see why we are basically just getting a bit of a sideways to down. That's what I always call it, sideways to down after the 9. Potential acceleration on the 9, then sideways to down after the 9, and that is pretty much what we get in a sort of long form consolidation, and that's what markets often do, to what Bitcoin often does. So it is nothing for us to really bat an eyelid at, really. It's just normal behavior for markets and for Bitcoin especially. So yeah, so what are we looking at now? I mean, realistically, we've got to ignore this price action, and you could maybe even ignore this move down as well, because that was obviously just because of this move up. and obviously rejection. So realistically, we are here. We're at this same low about here again. So we've got to turn this around, guys, or we are going to lose 11k basically. But I do think we will turn it around. So just because I think we'll hold 11k basically, and larger time frames, basically oscillators are up. You can see the 4 hour, 4 hours turned back down. Yeah, 4 hours turned back down. I mean, it was turned. Oh, sorry guys, a bit late here. It was turning nicely up earlier on today, but not anymore. 10 hour looking to potentially snake back up. Well, 12 hours turn back down, but I mean, if we do make some progress, if we get back up to about 11,400, I think this 12 hour will turn back up. And well, we still got to wait for this daily to turn, but so we are, you can kind of see why we are kind of hanging around at the levels we are. I'm not even going to talk about the 2 day, 3 day, 5 days turn back over, and weekly's looking like it wants to turn back over. So, but those are all looking like they want to, and if we do get them move up, based off a 10, 12 and daily, stochastic drive, basically momentum to the upside, and then that will turn those. And as obviously we can see here, we have got the 9 candle that I kind of said I didn't really expect much craziness on, and well, there I was wrong. Obviously, look, we've had a pretty high range candle go on here. And yeah, a pretty well, we're obviously closing in the bullish half, in the bearish half of this candle at least. But yeah, but what I would say though, daily 9 at support. Daily 9 at support is not a bad entry. Is not a bad, obviously, buy entry. And you can see the high of this candle is 11,600. I mean, it came on that spike up, which is, for me is a little bit annoying, because I would rather say 11,500 is sort of the buy level based off this 9, but obviously we did get that big wick up, which is where the wick comes up to. But yeah, so I mean there's no set rules. I can say what I want, can't I? The way that I'm looking at it is basically tomorrow's daily candle. This one closes in a couple of hours. Tomorrow's daily candle, once it starts, well, if it starts trading above 11,500, that's an aggressive buy entry. If tomorrow closes above 11,500, then that is basically will signal upside to me. That is how I am reading that. So there are good signs, and that would obviously turn up the 10 to around daily, and that would then probably get us some sort of a comeback in the higher time frame ones as well. But we just have to obviously have a look at the overall, what we are doing overall. You can see it isn't bad. It isn't bad price action. We've moved up, we stayed in this range, we've come down a bit. We can play out this range, bounce off here, maybe even come a bit lower, and we'll still look all good longer term. So over to that dollar index, you can see the wickedness that was going on here. This came down and then back up again, and now it's basically where it was. Trading out its range here again as well. Let's have a look at the S&P. Well, there's the volatility. If you go to an hour, you can probably see it better. Look, we were up, down, up again, and then about roughly. Oh no, it's not roughly where we were, because we were clearly here, weren't we? So obviously that is higher. Nasdaq fully informally testing and touching and getting rejected from on a 1 hour 9. Not that we look at 1 hour 9s or 1 hour charts. We'll see if there's anything on the 4 hour, because there may be a 4 hour 9 there also. But no, there wasn't. But either way, we're at the resistance. We're at the top box, so at the top of the channel. So yeah, obviously we did get some rejection there. But I mean, we obviously also know the reason why. Silver, you can see the same sort of price action in silver. If I go to the 4 hour, there it is. The Darth Maul wick. We went up and then we came back down again, and then we found ourselves roughly speaking where we were. But we're holding the daily 20. No, we're not holding the daily 21. Yes, we are holding the daily 21. We are holding the daily 21, and we're holding this horizontal. So whilst ever we do this, I mean, this is a bullish looking chart basically, guys. And gold, did similar price action. You can see on the 4 hour. Look at it, guys. What a move, what a move. And yeah, I mean, yeah, we are a bit lower. See, this is why the gold silver ratio is coming down, because you can see gold is not doing as good as silver is doing, and that's what the gold silver ratio is. So yeah, you can see it is weak. It's weak. It's sat on these lows, and it does look like it's coming down, gonna come down. So yeah, we'll have a quick look at the Russell. I did see an interesting statistic yesterday that the Nasdaq was something like 2% up maybe, and the Russell was 0.5% down, and apparently that hasn't happened in a very long time, and it's very unusual. But again, I mean, we've been through why it's the financials, the financial way heavily weighing on the Russell. So yeah, just that is why. So we know why that's going on. But yeah, so back to Bitcoin, So like I said, we are got to be holding this level. We've got to be turning this around. We've got to be coming back to the top side, and then it's a case of we'll see if we can break out. But if not, we can still trade in this range. We would want to be in the top half of it, in the top half of the range, above basically 11,500. Yeah, I personally think we'll get there. I just think the rest of the market, I mean, I'm basing that on just the rest of the market's been overall bullish, the overall larger time frame trend being bullish. That is what I'm basing it on, basically. That's it, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys in the morning.